Hi there, Christoph. Here are some thoughts on the bitcoincore.org website and a proposal, I suppose, on how we could try to improve it in 3 different steps. So here at the bottom you see screenshots. I'm going to zoom in, of course, in a second, and then change 1, change 2, change 3. And those are kind of illustrative in a way. As you can tell, not every page is perfectly thought through or redesigned, but I think you're going to get the idea, and if the direction is okay, then we can do the details. So the current site, I don't think it's been visually updated, or the code for it has been touched in a long time. There are, of course, content updates, text updates, new posts, new releases, these types of things. Technically, I don't think anything's majorly broken here. I think there's a little bit of funkiness if you go into the RPC docs in the menu here. I would say it looks a bit outdated, but I think generally for core, I don't think there's like a need to have a super fancy marketing site or so. So the first thing that I would actually do here is simply bring kind of the CSS and HTML, revise it for a cleaner, more modern, make sure all the responsive layouts work smoothly, maybe update the font, tweak, clean up typography a little bit, these types of things. So if we do that, it could look a bit like this, basically exactly the same content, just cleaner typography and layout. Revision of the mobile menu here, so it works a little bit better with modern phones, easier to navigate. But otherwise, keep what's there, don't touch the content, just kind of clean it up a little bit. In terms of visual styling, really kept it extremely simple. Just black, the orange, and you'll notice if you look closely, there's like subtle accents here. There's a very light hint of orange in some of those blacks, actually just softens it up just a little bit. I think the RPC docs, I think eventually there might needs to be some code change here. If I understand correctly, the code highlighting here is actually broken, doesn't work, because all of this text here include, so not just actual code, but regular text is just dumped into a code block, and then I think the formatting breaks. So I don't know if it is helpful. If everyone says, yes, this would be great to have, then we could figure out code formatting here. So that's kind of it, very straightforward, just kind of clean slate. So we have kind of a nice modern code base and like a visual base to work with. And then, only then, I would start doing some code reorganization. So one of my biggest critiques with the site is that, let's say you don't know anything about Bitcoin Core, this is where you go. This is what you see. You go to the homepage. It says Bitcoin Core, and it says recent posts, and there's a bunch of releases. And I don't know what this project's about. I don't know what's going on. So I think highlighting different parts of what the project's about. So this second step here would then be specifically about making it very easy for newcomers or even people who've been here before to find exactly what they're looking for without having to just dig into all of these menu options. So here we have a clear headline, open source project. This is copied from the about page and slightly shortened. We have the latest release download option right here, and then we have about. Blog is still here, but kind of smaller. Then we have an about, links to some of the key content that people might want to look at, and then development, and also links to some of the content in there so people can directly jump off. There might be more. I didn't illustrate content revisions of any other pages. I just wanted to make the point about moving content around, not really changing it, in order to make it easier to understand what's going on and for users to find their way around. Okay. And then after we've visually restyled it, after we've kind of restructured it a little bit, maybe then we want to create some new content. So for example, In this idea here, we would also restructure the navigation at the top. So if we consider this project that it delivers kind of 3 pieces of software. I don't know if this is perfectly correct, but right, we have the node, the daemon, we have the wallet, the GUI wallet, and then we have the app. So those are kind of the 3 products in a way. So we could put those here at the top, and then maybe contact goes into about, and I think there's another one that I removed. Yeah, releases. I think you can access releases from download. There's a link right there. Or it could go under development or so. So let's say now Node Wallet app, these are kind of the tools, the things that people want to use. They could also be highlighted here. So here it tells me I'm downloading something, and then it actually tells me what I am downloading. Very helpful for me, because otherwise I wouldn't know. So I see, okay, I'm getting a node. This is clearly a command line thing. I'm connecting to the Bitcoin network. Then here I'm getting a wallet. Okay, cool. I also understand this is kind of a command line wallet. And then I get the app. Oh, okay, I understand this is kind of the graphical. This is the application. And it tells me it's for desktop and Android probably. Okay, so now I have a better understanding of what I'm getting. And it could be that there's kind of a self-selection happening here based on the user, what they're looking for. Some people just want to, they're just node runners. They run it on some device. They just care about the thing here on the left. And so people kind of might dig into different parts. And then the idea would be that each of those has its own page that then is almost like a product page. So I just mocked up the one for the app, but you could, it didn't really mock, it was just kind of a sketch in a way. Didn't think through all the content and everything, but it's kind of a loose outline. So Node, Wallet, app, each of one have a separate page. And the purpose of that page would be to show what it actually is and does, and what the features are, and how it can benefit you without you having to download it and figure it out for yourself. So the app is it's a graphical user interface, lends itself, of course, to be very graphical. We could, this image speaks 1,000 words. Could just show something like this, what it can do for you. Very simple. You connect to the network, you get your node, you store your Bitcoin, you send, receive, very top level overview. And maybe people can dig in more. Maybe there are sub pages, not sure, something to figure out. More images that, this could be, sometimes there are these carousels, there are different ways. This is one where we kind of have a photo that shows different states, so I can get a feel for generally what this application looks like, what using it might be like for me. And then we have a few more boxes here. So tutorials, this could be for newcomers. How do I do this? How do I do that? Then the advanced use, maybe someone wants to change their Bitcoin conf or want to, I don't know, do something, log things or control whatever peers they connect to. Then developer tools, there's a console in there. Maybe there are a few other things in there. How you can use this application in combination with other types of development that you might be doing. And then we might need a migration guide for people who switch over from Qt to the new application when that time comes. So, but this is all future stuff, right? The point is, the larger point is 3 steps here from current state, tweak visuals, reorganize content, create new content. Now the end state here, I think that's probably an important thing to generally get an agreement on. Maybe this is something no one wants to do. Maybe this is something you want to do. And then I think also the intermediate steps make a lot more sense. So that's what I'm thinking. I think it's still rough, lots of things. Everything's up for grabs, for conversation, for changes. Just wanted to kick something off here and see where everyone's at. So let me know.